Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Whiteout Survival, we have got to do the Journey of Light. This event is important if you are trying to push power on your account. There's a number of things you can get, but in particular, when I say power, I really mean stats. Stats is what we mean. Lots of stats. Specifically, it's the mithril. These gear boost custom chests, they have options. Pretend they don't exist. The options. You just get mithril. Okay? You just get mithril. Mithril is hard to come by from bundles in a way that's advantaged. Here is one of the ways, okay? Now, we've been getting a lot of Cassia's Wish House recently, so I ain't mad at it. Been actually really happy. I would say Cassia's probably the better event between the two. But this seems to come back once every 2 months, maybe? So maybe once a month. I'm going to do this event, and I'm going to, I think, just sort of go max purchase this bad boy. So we're looking at the $100 pack 3 times, the $50 pack, the $20 pack, the $10 pack, the $5 pack. Maybe I don't actually need the $5 pack on top of all of that, but I think we're just going to slam this thing. We're going to use my Frost Stars. I have a lot of Frost Stars. There's a lot that I'm getting from here. I'm getting charm stuff. I'm going to get the mithril that I really want and need. And on top of that, I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff from the event that I'm going to exchange for. You're going to check all that out in just a second. And I actually am going to need to buy more Frost Stars to do what I want to do here. So we'll see how far I get today. But big picture, if you're like, Chisco, you showed me how to spend on this event, but you haven't talked about how this event works yet. So there are these four upwards of 4 Zeppelins you can have. One is free, one is 2,000 gems, and the next one's 10,000 gems, the next one's like $5, all right? And they run for 8 hours. That's where that 8 number came from. They run for 8 hours, and at the end of the 8 hours, they bring back loot, all right? Every time they complete a trip, you get credit, 1 credit towards this list, all right? Now, what I just bought is a whole bunch of speed ups, and those speed ups are going to make it so I can rush my way through all this stuff and then get all the tiered rewards, which is obviously the game plan. So let's freaking do it. I'm going to hit Auto Expedition, and we're going to let this thing rock. Oh, yeah. See? Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to put down the iPad. We're going to kick back and know that our good decisions today are leading to tons of loot. Now, look, although this video is sponsored, I do want to take a moment to mention that if you are spending a mobile game, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but do consider your financial situation. Things like saving for retirement, having an emergency fund, prioritizing your family, all of these things are critically important. And I say that in so many of my videos that sometimes I forget to repeat it in every video where I go and spend. But yes, I've gone and spent here. Now, you may be wondering, Chisco, what was that currency you used to like buy the bundles on the spot? They're called Frost Stars. Okay. And I only buy them from the official Whiteout Survival store. It's store.centurygames.com. For those of you wondering, Century Games is the folks that make this game. And you log in using your user ID. Now, I don't actually have my user ID handy, and I'm doing all my searching here. I was going to log in and buy more Frost Stars on the account right now. So anyways, I use Frost Stars, and if you buy over a certain amount of Frost Stars, you get some bonus gems. Recently, we've seen on several occasions they have holiday events, and if you buy on a holiday event, not only do you get bonus gems, you have the option instead to get bonus Frost Stars, which is just better. So that's a really good time to top up a bunch if that's what you're doing. I'm already out of Frost Stars because I have been spending a lot in Whiteout Survival of late. So here we are with another event where I'm like, man, I really want to shell out for this. And I did. And I have. So here we are, chat. This is the thing that's happening. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that I will get on top of all of the goodies that I mentioned from the tiered rewards, where the only thing I care about really is the mithril. But on top of that, I'm going to get a bunch of, I believe it's hero gear chests, mythic shards, and one other thing, if I'm not mistaken, speed ups at a pretty decent clip. Now, the mythic hero shards, we did just get a new gen of heroes, so I ain't mad at it, but it's not really what I'm here for. The mythic gear pieces from the chests that I'm going to open and the gear XP, that's value to me. Need a lot of that. But I'm actually bottlenecked by mithril right now, funny enough. So the timing for this is perfect. Oh boy, cheesy. Oh boy. So yeah, I'll be able to unlock something. Probably time it with the current showdown we have going on. And that'll let me go in and upgrade a piece so that then I can put XP onto it. And I'm starting to accumulate a pretty decent amount of hero gear XP. Am I actually anywhere near maxing out my hero gear? I don't think so. I have a long way to go. If I remember correctly from my videos about this, it's like 600 mithril per unit type. You have 3 unit types, so we're looking at like, what, 1,800 mithril in total? But when you can pull down, 85, I think it is, 88, I can't remember. I think I'm actually getting more mithril now, by the way. More of those custom chests that I get to choose than I did in prior versions. If you do want to see what I got in prior versions, where I am pretty sure it was less, even very recently, I'll have cards in the end screen once this video is done that you can go check out, okay? Now, one thing I'm kind of doing wrong here that I want to emphasize is that something you need to keep in mind is how often you look at the game. I like to very strategically use speed ups at times like when I'm about to go to bed, so I can speed up whatever's there and line up a fresh 8 hours so that when I wake up in the morning, hopefully I've slept 8 hours, or I don't know, tried to. I haven't slept 8 hours in so long I can't remember, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, by the time I go to sleep and then have last looked at the game for the day, and when I open it up the next day, there hasn't been too much wasted time where they could have been traveling but weren't. This is true when I had an office job. I do stuff like this and like all that kind of stuff. Now I'm a full-time YouTuber. How crazy is that? Definitely something I didn't expect I would be doing with my life. And yet I do really enjoy it at times. I mean, there's things I also, it's got its joys and its frustrations, just like every job, right? You think you've dealt with difficult people in an office? Well, guess what? When you work for yourself, there's other forms of difficult people you got to deal with, trolls, haters, and all that kind of crap. But at this exact moment, there's only so much of that. Yeah, we don't need to go into that tangent too much. All right. So this has become the Journey of Light, one of my favorite, most reliable, high value events that I play. Because it's really giving you a blend of things for your account in meaningful amounts. Again, the charms, you're getting the hero shards and then the hero gear. You can make a lot of progress with the mithril, the gear chests, okay, and the XP that comes from the gear from all of that. The thing that this is missing is chief gear. And there's a little bit of that in the tiered rewards, but generally speaking, it's missing chief gear. So, of course, because this is one of my favorite events, Cassia is one of my favorite events, my chief gear is actually one of the weaker points of my account at this point. So that is something I'm going to have to consider, is the balance of how I do that. I might need to reallocate a little bit. I don't know, man. There's like a million things to progress. Of all the systems, I actually like progressing the experts the most, because you can do it any time without feeling like you had to wait, or there was this one moment where it was a state buff that you needed, etc., right? I do generally just really like You know, okay, you do want to time with an event, but it's a little more easygoing in that way. At least I think so. And the only thing that I would say that I'm really kind of missing personally from the expert system is honestly an event like this. Like, where's my expert event? Where I go in and I get like disproportionate value. I mean, I know we've got the recurring battle pass, which obviously I am obtaining, but you know, whatever. Clearly I am not a low spender, not a free-to-play player, sharing all of this from the perspective of a very high spending joiner. I don't even rally stuff. What am I doing with my, what am I doing? Oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, I released a video earlier today at the time of this recording. By the time you see this, I guess it would have been yesterday. Released a video yesterday, jamming through all the stuff we have going on, which is so insane. We had a really good SVS. We had our highest, I think, highest scoring SVS prep ever. If I had to guess, we pushed so hard. And then we also won Castle, which was big. I forgot to mention I did Tundra Trading Station and got a lot of value out of that. I didn't realize that you could save the currency from Tundra Trading Station. So I did that last time and had a bunch to start this time, and I was very happy about that. Got myself a bunch of Mithril, bunch of widgets. Dude, cooking. Now I got to pay attention here. I got to pay attention. I mean, I guess I could always buy more pocket watches, and we'll see kind of how far I get here. It would be really silly to like not get to the 900 number in this video. I feel like that would be super silly. Like I should totally do that, right? We'll see how far I get. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I think I might need to buy some of those other bundles to actually get there. But I also do want to save some of these pocket watches so that I can do the trick I was talking about, where it's like, maybe I can maximize the uptime on these things. You know, the truth is, I'm going to tell you what happens to most spenders. This is just my opinion, but you sound off in the comments. They do what I'm doing right here, and then they just forget. I'm serious. They're going to forget about it for like the rest of the event. They'll be like, oh, darn. You know, like they're going to be like 16 hours since they last looked at him. Oh, no. I'm not speaking from personal experience. Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah, it's personal. It's personal experience. The truth is that is me. I am Iron Man. Do. Please don't give me a copyright strike. Okay, so anyways, now that I've irreparably damaged my reputation. But you know, whatever, I'm a dad, so I have 3 kids. You know, this is what I do. I embarrass myself in front of large groups of people. So we didn't get to 900, which means I need to go buy these Frost Stars. And the only thing that was stopping me from buying the Frost Stars is that I needed this number here. So I'm going to enter my ID to log in. And let's just do this real quick. Definitely don't want to log in as someone else. How awkward would that be? I've read the terms of service. Logged in. Oh, there I am. It remembers me. Good. Yeah, you on the site, you want to make sure you show, you know, you have the right furnace level. It's your account. It's your state. How awkward would that be? Load up somebody else's account. GG. Let's load up $500 for the Frost Stars, which I have a way of making disappear just about as fast as I load them into the account. How do you do that, Cheesy? And I'll complete my purchase here. All right. So the purchase, she is complete. I'll get the receipt, save it for tax time. And now I can go finish this out. Shall we, chat? So you see the Frost Stars show up over there. The official Whiteout survival shop, everybody. And you see I got my bonus gemmies. Whee! Now a bundle will tell you if it gives you bonus gems. So keep that in mind. Now, the Journey of Light. We go back over here. We ain't done yet. No, you ain't seen nothing yet. All right, here we go. Let's just finish this out. We slam, claim, dispatch, claim. I still have a lot of these to do. Dispatch, claim, dispatch, claim. Wait. I think I actually need to like passively run these for a while to get to 900. Is that right? Wait. Can I not get to 900 like from the first moment? Oh my god. Wait, I can. Wait, can I? No. All right, well, I get close. I'm going to leave it there because I really actually do want to have some speed ups to do what I was talking about. But we get all these goodies, baby. Woo! Ooh la la. Now, here's where it gets real spicy. You ready for this? Don't enable assemble. You can assemble 3 of these to go up to a higher tier. I have 259 assemblies worth. And then I can assemble again, and this is where we find out if we got the moneymaker chests or the weak chests, okay? We're going to get a combination of both, realistically. So here we go. Avengers assemble, 29 of them. Kind of low, I think, for me. 92 of the other ones. But, you know, you crack this open. Hey, it ain't bad. For all, considering we got all that other stuff and we get this. Hey, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. We crack, oof. Oof. We crack this? Dang. Okay. Dang. And, you know, we'll get more over the course of the next 5 days. That's for sure. Then we go over here. Okay. Whoa, 579 of these. Hey, yo, we good? Let's find out if we're good or not. Ooh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, 11. Is that good? I think it's fine. You definitely could do worse. You could for sure do worse. Even more charm stuff. Little tiny irrelevant amount of chief gear stuff. Okay, but then we swipe right, hit use. Pretend, dude, you can't, none of this other stuff that's in here exists. Okay? Just, it does not exist. You just take mithril. That's the whole thing. The alpha, the omega, the beginning, the end. It is the all of your choices. And there you have it. The journey of light, everybody. You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on there, subscribe to the channel. You want to see other times I played the event and how my perspective has shifted, which, like, by the way, it hasn't in the last couple of times. Check the cards in the end screen. Until next time, you have fun, smash your enemies. Subscribe to the channel and do me the honor of telling somebody in your alliance or even your whole alliance to come check out my channel because I'd like to grow and that'd be swell. And you guys, I hope, would like the value I give. I give value, right? Get value, smash enemies. All right, take care, everybody.